Hi, I'm Gelloh.
And I'm Tommy.
And we are here to review and recap episode 10, Can I Get an Amen?
You're not RuPaul, girl.
Sashay away. And let's go
Full Moon!
Supermodel work, mini moon minute, let's motherfucking go. Ooh!
Mistress 9 is tripping balls over that crystal she ate, and Pharaoh 90 is impressed.
Chibiusa is stuck in limbo, and Hotaru promises to protect Chibiusa's soul.
The Senshi decide to split up, that's a good idea, and investigate the Mugen Academy building.
The inners hit the stairs.
While the outers and Super Sailor Moon take the easy way down to the basement.
And now presenting the history of the Tomoes.
Professor Tomoe performs cybergenetic experiments on Hotaru's burnt body.
Pharaoh 90 stops by and possesses Kaolinite.
Professor Tomoe drops a cap of Daimon goodness.
Then they both get told to put the Mistress 9 egg in a vessel.
Super Sailor Moon has a heart-to-heart with the outers about being alone. Then her worst fear comes true.
Rainbow Moon heartache and bye-bye to the fears.
Tomoe welcomes the girls to the bottom floor with a gang of hungry Daimons.
Chronos Typhoon and Submarine Reflection cuts the party short.
Professor Tomoe shows what the ultimate alien-human hybrid can do.
Space Sword Blaster! Moon stops Uranus from killing Hotaru's dad, but then realizes she has no choice.
Rainbow Moon Heartache busts the Death Buster.
Hotaru is now an orphan and the Mugen building rips apart.
Garnet Ball, and they're out the door.
Oh wait, the inners!
Whip.
That's right, wake up, Timmy. Come on, honey.
Sorry, that episode was so boring.
So, we had this fight with the ultimate hybrid alien-human form.
Did we,
Tomoe.
though?
Did we?
Did we, though?
We'll talk about this, yeah. So the inners split off from the outers. They're going off and doing some high-tech cardio down the stairs. Those bitches working on those calves and those heels, girl.
It was so funny when they were saying that, like, let's split up. We'll take the floor 56 and down.
All the way down to the
and
basement.
And I'm like, you guys are so stupid. If you're calling the shots, why are you taking the hard job?
Yeah.
Like, get in the elevator. But also, like, why don't you just get in the elevator and hit every floor and be like, do
Do a quick looky-loo, you know, just like the whole Chibiusa heart attack thing from last episode, but whatever.
But I guess they had to, like, for the story, they had to split up and really give Sailor Moon some one-on-one time with the outers.
The outers, yes. And the outers go with Super Sailor Moon downstairs in the elevator, and then they are met with Professor Tomoe and his beastie Daimons.
Yeah, they're just not scary anymore to me.
No, they're easy pickings. They're
like one shot, and they're like those 2-bite brownies, but like one hit
wonder.
Daimons.
It's basically a really bad hit from the 80s.
Actually, you know what? This was actually probably one of my favorite parts of the episode, if the only favorite part, is when we were getting the outers history a little bit more. Because, again, we don't really know much about them. We know that they were part of Silver Millennium, but we didn't know what they were doing, and we didn't know how isolated they were, when in fact they were the only people on their, respective planets protecting the solar system from, outside invaders. And they were saying about how, we were always alone, we were always isolated, but it was the light from our queen and our princess that
kept them going
and gave us power and strength. I mean, it kind of explains a little bit more about how they relate to other people. Like, they really don't care about
They keep
the
to
other
themselves,
people.
they're isolated, they're independent women.
But they're still, like, really protective of them. Does that make sense?
They're not mean bitches,
Yeah.
but they do have a duty to serve, and they serve that duty first, and they don't let their emotions get in the way. So they are, I would say, maybe at a higher maturity level than the inners in that respect. So they make quick work of those stupid f***ing Daimons, and with a Submarine Reflection and a Chronos Typhoon, which Chronos Typhoon had a few more animation frames this time.
And it made it look even more like Dead Scream.
I know!
What the f***?
I guess Dead Scream is dead in the water.
I just don't think we're gonna get their
original attacks.
Their original attacks. We're not gonna see World Shaken, we're not gonna see
Deep Submerge.
And we're not gonna see Dead Scream, and it's rude.
It's really rude. And then, lo and behold, out comes Professor Tomoe showing his ultimate form.
Which is kind of scary, actually.
He was kind of freaky.
He was kind of freaky. He had the sharp teeth and the really small pupils, like you.
It would have been nice to have maybe that one eye still.
Oh, that would have been cute. Cool. So he was a professor, like we said, of genetic engineering, cyber tech, whatever.
He had a whole bunch of PhDs.
So he was a human on Earth, and I guess he got infected by a Daimon egg, and
he took the egg willingly.
He took the. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
And then he became a perfect alien-human hybrid, which is kind of what I figured they were trying to do with everybody all season. So he became the perfect human-alien hybrid, and then he grew, and I was like, we are gonna have ourselves a fight!
Yes.
And we didn't.
No, he did a bunch of projectiles out of his hands, and Sailor Moon props to you, bitch. You were dodging every single attack, which I was quite impressed with. She could keep up with the outers.
Yeah.
She wasn't this flopping mess like she usually is in the original anime.
And then Sailor Uranus kind of...
Space Sword blasted away.
And then Sailor Moon was like, no, don't kill him.
Totari's dead.
Ugh. And then Sailor Uranus got the crap beaten out of her.
Yeah, and almost got killed.
Yeah, that's a good point. And then Sailor Moon was like, yeah, I have to do it. And so she Rainbow Moon heartached him, and then he died.
Bye-bye.
The super alien human hybrid, and he was taken out the exact same way as everybody else.
Cyprine and Tillel.
I don't know if you remember a few episodes ago for our reviews, I said I don't like how Sailor Moon can just solve the problem. I would have much rather liked to see maybe like a three-way attack on him and then Sailor Moon come in at the end.
Or maybe the three funnel into the one and she like has this ultra power thing.
It felt very rushed. I didn't get any explanation. The ending just kind of came. I was really disappointed with this episode.
Yeah, again, this was a bit more on the filler side
But I didn't even feel like it was setting anything up. Did you?
It was maybe tying up some loose ends with Tomoe and setting up, I guess, for the big finale with Mistress 9 coming up. But it just kind of seemed like a bit of a ripoff to see this build up for Tomoe
as being this ultra evil villain.
And he comes along, and it's just a quick chop suey. Like even the Kaolinite fight last episode
was way better.
Was way better. So
and she had good hair.
She had great hair and
heels,
boots.
Hello.
Like this guy just had some projectile things coming out of his arms.
You know what?
Hey, he had nice muscles. I'll give him that.
He did. And you know what, Professor Tomoe, you could have worn heels. We are in 2016. It is accepted.
We got to see more of Professor Tomoe's genetic cyber experiments, predominantly on his daughter Hotaru, with his little assistant pal Kaolinite. So the one thing I didn't really get was the whole, when he was doing surgery on Hotaru, and then just out of the blue, knock knock, who's there? Pharaoh 90.
Pharaoh 90 throwing an egg in your assistant's
head.
Which was kind of weird.
Which is kind of weird. Like, I get that he has to invade the universe and all that, but he just kind of randomly appears and he shows up there of all places.
Yeah, I think we have to go back a couple episodes, because remember Pluto said that there was a breach, you know, in the space-time continuum, and that's how they got in. But why did they get in? Why did they choose that planet? We're kind of missing all of that. So the thing that I got from this is that he was actually a good man trying to save his daughter's life through cyberkinetics or turning it into a cyborg or whatever. And then when this Pharaoh 90 came in and he became evil, you know, he was like attracted to the power, they got the Mistress 9 egg and then put it in Hotaru. Is that the timeline that I'm looking at?
That sounds about right, yes.
You tell me.
We got to see who, in fact, planted the seed into Hotaru. It was her own dad.
His own father.
After he implanted the seed into himself, they were, I guess, tainted by this idea of gaining absolute power.
And same with Kaolinite. She was just a regular assistant, and then the thing went into her head, which was a really crazy part, like I said before. I guess she was like the first girl that he saw, and
yeah, why did he pick her first? I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm looking too much for a reason here, but
it's not even too much for a reason. I'm just looking for any reason. I'm okay with filler episodes if they're gonna bridge something, but I don't feel like there was anything bridged, right? I think like you said, I think it was just like, okay, let's wrap up these characters, and then now we're getting into the big bads.
And it was a very kind of a awkward wrap up, I guess. Yeah. Oh, well, they can't all be winners.
They should be.
They should be, but they can't. At least we're getting an episode every week, not every 2 to 3 weeks like with the old season. So, which I think kind of explains why we see a lot of reusing of old footage and lots of flashbacks.
Which we're going to talk about in our next segment.
So let's go. I think we kind of had more lows than highs.
Like basement sub-level Professor Tomoe laboratory lows.
Yeah, like even lower, like maybe Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Earth low.
Right, so as far as highlights go, I think the big highlight for me was again seeing the history of the Tomoes. That was cool to get some insight, even though I still think there was some things unexplained there. It was just really cool to see how Kaolinite was possessed and how it kind of snowballed into Professor Tomoe, and then of course into Hotaru.
My episode highlight was something we didn't talk about. It was actually Hotaru's soul inside of Mistress 9 really f***ing shit up. She's getting stronger. She got the, she found Chibiusa's soul in the form of the crystal. She's protecting it. So that was one thing that I really liked about this episode, is we're getting to see how strong Hotaru is, and we know that she's going to reawaken as Sailor Saturn very, very soon.
And she's protecting her friend
And
Chibiusa.
she's protecting her friend, which, you know what? I would love to see a little, like, 50-minute web series of Hotaru and
Chibiusa, like their friendship.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah, just going shopping, and then maybe some monsters come and they kick some ass together.
Like, I kind of feel like it's so funny that these two characters are like shining so much for me as a duo because they never did before.
Yeah, and they're the youngest as well too.
Yeah.
And of course, Chibiusa is destined to become the new Sailor Moon, and Sailor Saturn is the most kick-ass character out there. She can destroy the world.
Yeah.
So, but they are both portrayed in very weak, frail, young, gentle characters. So it's a cool kind of a paradox or a contrast.
Juxtaposition.
A juxtaposition. That's the juxtaposition, just like that.
Please.
Okay, so now lowlights. The reusing of lots of assets from previous episodes. We've seen this before. Lots of flashbacks. I mean, I kind of get it. They are giving us the treat of having a weekly series as opposed to every 2 weeks or even sometimes every 3 weeks.
But I felt like we were on such a like slow incline, and then there was like a filler, so it just kind of leveled, but then it went up again. And now I feel like in the end, I really don't want them to. I want them to end strong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and now we're just kind of putting along.
So I need them to. I don't even care about the like original attacks from the Outers. Like I don't care about that anymore. It's over. They missed the boat, so now I just want good story and good character development. Also, another thing, did we even talk about the new ending song? It went from the best ending song in my opinion with the Uranus and Neptune. Then it went to like a really cute one,
March one, girly, which I loved. And then now went to some 90s rip-off house and auto-tune.
Genuine nonsense.
But we can talk about the new opening theme.
Which I love. It's my girls from the original song, Moon Pride. I don't know what their name is. It's Clover,
Momo, Clover, Zed. Yes.
But I love them. And I know you don't. You're not necessarily a fan.
Not a huge fan.
But I do appreciate the multiple voices, so I feel like all the scouts are singing.
It does sound like a Sailor team effort. Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't call them the best vocalists. They're probably around the Tuxedo Mask level.
No, you are being such a bitch. Just for opening songs, this one's my favorite. The first version is your favorite.
First version.
But we all agree that
the second one was what the crack is that? Yeah. So.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We're super ragey this week, but I promise we're gonna be much better and in better moods next week because it is just way too damn hot.
It is way too damn hot here in Vancouver, and hopefully you'll get to see this video in time and we don't get taken down by Toei Animation. A little bit of a nerve pinch there, so you might notice now a lot of our visuals are just stills. We've had copyright strikes from Toei Animation. I don't know why, because other video people are playing the full video. So we're gonna play it safe and just do stills from now on. So get off our backs, please, Toei Animation. We're not trying to do any copyright infringement.
We just love you. We just want to share the experience with everybody.
So back the f off. I do want to give shout outs, but actually the video was stricken down before I had a chance to get all the names. So everyone who commented last week, everyone who saw the video last week, thank you for thumbsing it up. Thank you for commenting. And we hope to see you again next week. If we do get one more strike, our channel gets taken down. So vive la resistance! And keep checking back. Hopefully this isn't our last episode, so we can continue going on. Full Moon! Thanks so much for watching. If you missed last week's episode, tough luck, toots. It's been pulled and we can't post it anymore. If you do like gender-bent cosplay at its absolute best, make sure to check out the Fake Nerd Guys. Also be sure to like them on Facebook, as our videos might end up there very, very soon. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.